Well, ladies and gentlemen, it looks like we finally have the answer that we've been waiting for regarding Ncuti Gatwa's first episode as Doctor Who. And that answer is pretty much what we all expected. We already knew that Ncuti Gatwa's Doctor was probably not going to do nowhere near as good as the previous Doctor. The reason why is because, simply put, it's not his race, it's not anything like that. It's where the show is going. The show, unfortunately, is going away of less viewership, and overall, people are checking out of Doctor Who. And now we have an example of that. So we have a headline here from Phantom Pulse that says Ncuti Gatwa's Doctor Who Christmas special fails spectacularly with the lowest rated debut episode for a Doctor. Ladies and gentlemen, it is very clear that Ncuti Gatwa does not have a very good future anyway regarding Doctor Who. So let's get into this article from Phantom Pulse. But of course, before we do, if you are new here, just consider hitting that subscribe button. I would greatly appreciate it, and like the video to push us out into the YouTube algorithm. So it says Ncuti Gatwa's debuted in the Church on Ruby Road Christmas special in Doctor Who with a record he can't be happy to have achieved, the lowest rated premiere of any new Doctor in the modern era. With overnight ratings from the BBC, it appears as if this latest iteration of the Doctor is doomed to failure under the stewardship of showrunner Russell T Davies. Now, we already know that Russell T Davies has a certain ideology that they're trying to push with Doctor Who. They've been doing this for a little while now, and now it's pretty much come full circle, and they're essentially rebooting Doctor Who in a strange way. They're even calling this season 1, not the continued seasons, and it could be because, Disney's involved now, or whatever the case may be. Everybody has their own theories as to why they're calling it season 1, but this is season 1 now of Doctor Who. They're calling it officially that, and Ncuti Gatwa is basically opening up Doctor Who in the new modern version of it, whatever the hell that means. But we called this. We already knew that this was going to be the case, and I say it in every single video. I'm not a Doctor Who fan. I don't really care what happens with this TV show. I don't care about the viewership. I don't care about what the fans say or whatever the case may be. All I know is that I can see what's happening with a particular TV show based on where it was before and where it is now. And you can blame the viewership on a bunch of different things, but you gotta admit that it's very interesting that when they started doing woke identity politics, suddenly the viewership started tanking in a way that we're talking 5 million views. Think about it. Previous Doctor Who's, for example, David Tennant's Doctor Who, I think one of his biggest episodes had about 10 million viewers at that point. And now Ncuti Gatwa's viewership is just above Jodie Whittaker's and below everybody else. So Jodie Whittaker's is, I think she was at like 2.5 million or something, give or take. I gotta check the viewership numbers on hers, but she is the lowest Doctor Who by far. And Ncuti Gatwa is very close to her. And considering that he is a brand new Doctor, it's just not a good sign for this TV show. It says Doctor Who used to be a wild success for the BBC, bucking normal trends of slow series declines as David Tennant brought the show to a new worldwide cultural zeitgeist, with classic episodes like Blink becoming some of the highest rated television in BBC history. In the third and fourth series, Doctor Who saw a substantive increase in rating as the show treaded into less family-friendly territories with forced diversity through the lesbian relationship of the character Madame Vetra during the Matt Smith era. Doctor Who started a soft decline, which was then amplified under Peter Capaldi's version of the Doctor and pushed to extreme lows with the female replacement Jodie Whittaker. Whittaker's take on the Doctor was so hated that the show, which once garnered regular ratings of 10 plus million, reached a low of 3 million with the episode Legend of the Sea Devils. Okay, so I was right. They hit 10 plus million viewers, man. That's insane. 10 plus million viewers, and they dropped all the way to 3 million by the time of this episode. That's insane, ladies and gentlemen. That is a massive, massive drop in viewership. And don't get me wrong, there's a lot of TV shows out there that will literally beg to have 3 million viewers. But when it comes to Doctor Who, something that is so substantial in the British personality, it goes to show that 7 million viewers checking out, that's crazy. That is an insane number to lose for a show like Doctor Who, and there's no way they could be happy with that. It says, while Ncuti Gatwa hasn't achieved the lowest all-time ratings for the show as of yet, he's had a disastrous start with audiences tuned out for the Christmas special, which typically are some of Doctor Who's highest rated episodes, coupled with it being a premiere of a new Doctor. It spells disaster for Russell T Davies and the BBC team. And yeah, that is true, ladies and gentlemen. You got to remember, this is a Christmas special, so usually the Christmas special is essentially a big deal for Doctor Who, and the fact that people are checking out of that and they're at the same time checking out of a new Doctor, it's not a good sign for Doctor Doctor Who. It says Doctor Who didn't even win the day in the UK, with Ncuti Gatwa's Christmas special only hitting third on the overall ratings behind the King's Christmas broadcast and Strictly Come Dancing Christmas special. The Church on the Ruby Road only garnered 4.7 million in the initial ratings, which is a slight increase from the 4.62 million on the Giggle. David Tennant's third 60th anniversary Doctor Who's special, where Ncuti Gatwa was introduced in the cringe-inducing By Generation. However, this is down from David Tennant's first two specials without Ncuti Gatwa's presence as a Doctor, which rated 5.08 million and 4.83 million respectively. As far as debuts go, Ncuti Gatwa pales in comparison to prior iterations. Peter Capaldi's Deep Breath drew 8.5 million viewers, while even Jodie Whittaker drew a rubbernecking 11.2 million for her The Women Who Fell to Earth before the show's eventual collapse. That's crazy. The fact that she pulled in 11.2 million and Ncuti Gatwa is only in the high fours, that is really, really bad, ladies and gentlemen. You got to imagine that this is not a good look for Doctor Who. And again, I'm going to be real. A lot of people would literally beg to have millions of viewers like that, 4 million or whatever the number was. But still, the fact is, this was a show that was pulling 10 plus million viewers consistently, and especially in their prime, they were killing it. They were absolutely killing it. And now they've lost more than half of their viewership. That is not a good sign. And it goes to show where this actual TV show is going when it comes to Doctor Who. It's not a good sign, man. Russell T Davies really needs to pull this shit out of the gutter. Otherwise, it's going to end up very bad. It says Russell T Davies has stated the new iteration of the show will upset fans, as he's both leaning into left-wing identity politics and taking the show away from its science fiction roots with its new iteration. The new Christmas special already has several hints that Ncuti Gatwa will be bringing the Doctor in a homosexual direction and showing a transgender singer wearing fishnets along with his companion Ruby Sunday. Fan reactions to the new level of LGBT nonsense in Doctor Who was sour. Pop culture expert Neurotic watched the episode and declared it was shit, using the hashtag #RestInPeaceDoctorWho to signal that the show is dead. With these ratings, one has to wonder if the expensive budget of Doctor Who will eventually force the cancellation of Russell T Davies and Ncuti Gatwa take the show in directions fans don't want. Well, that's the thing. They don't really care about taking the show in a direction that fans want because they don't care about what the fans want, right? They've openly admitted this. They've openly said this. So to pretend as if they are going to take this show somewhere that the fans actually want, it's kind of ridiculous, right? Like, you already know. They've told you, right? It's like you can't be surprised when they take the show in a completely opposite direction that nobody's really looking into, and they are, they're honest with you. They're actually honest with you. They're not lying to you. They're not bait and switching you. They came out and said, especially Ncuti Gatwa, he came out and said that his Doctor was not only going to be extremely gay, but was also going to be a left-wing haven. It was going to be in his own left-wing bubble. It was gonna interject left-wing identity politics into the show every chance it's got. He literally came out and told you that. So we can't sit here. We can't pretend to be surprised. We knew this was going to happen. They know what's going to happen. They're not going to give you what you want. They're going to give what the activists want, right? They're trying to attract the activists who say they watch things on Twitter when they really don't watch anything. They just go on Twitter and virtue signal and hope to get likes and retweets. They don't actually watch TV shows like this. But still, they're trying to garner them as viewership, and they're going to find out very quickly, just like everybody else, that once you get woke, there is a high probability that you are going to go broke. So anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you did enjoy it, and if you did, consider leaving me a subscribe. I would greatly appreciate it. Don't forget to like the video, comment, let me know what you thought, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Hypnotic out.